I saw you last night next to that
Oh,
sleeping
really?
gun.
He totally fell asleep for real. He was snoring and I was like, seriously, I wasn't sleeping.
Well, it-
I saw you were snoring.
oh, I didn't hear that.
Well, he keeps himself muted. Hello,
See, that's something I love.
Well,
You got the alcohol there.
thank goodness. I think he's worked many weeks.
It's supposed to go to the person that aggravates the president most. No one aggravates.
I'll work harder.
Yeah, please, work for it.
Our dogs deserve it last night.
That's all I saw.
Well, my baby. I have to start at night, so I don't care if he days. Hi, how are you? Living the dream. Hi, Brandon.
Hello, how are you?
He makes it happen.
Brandon?
He makes it happen.
Yeah. I just been here. Haven't, parking.
Oh, you. She started doing that. She could do it.
The 10K.
Trying to type it out.
Jump in. Just jump right in.
I did it in under 10 minutes. I got only 10 K over here. This right here.
Original Parks and Recreations Commission meeting, Wednesday, October 28th, 7:30 p.m.
Good evening, it's 7:30, we'll call this meeting to order. Let's stand and give a full vote.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's go with roll call.
Dennis Moose,
Here.
Douglas Hayes, Joanna Tamira,
Here.
Jessica Shaliva,
Here.
Carrie Ann Roach,
Here.
Kevin Fugarus, here.
Okay, for finalization of agenda, we need to finalize the agenda.
I would like to add her into business for your department.
Any additional new business to add? Okay. Do we want to? I'm sorry. Oh, roll call for finalization of agenda.
Dennis Moose,
Yes.
Douglas Hayes, Joanna Tamira, Jessica Shaliva,
Yes.
Carrie Ann Roach.
Yes.
Okay, for approval of minutes, are the meeting minutes okay for everybody?
I'll make a motion to approve the rest of them.
I'll second the motion.
And we do a roll call here.
Dennis Moose,
Yes.
Douglas Hayes, Joanna Tamira,
Yes.
Jessica Shaliva,
Yes.
Carrie Ann Roach.
Yes.
Okay. For the lobby portion of tonight's meeting, I will give notice to the other domain. Is that right, Paul? Please see if there are any questions posed. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, the lobby portion we do is not closed, and we'll have roll call for that. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, the next section, we are to report. For the council liaison report, we'll go to Dennis Booth.
Thank you, Madam President. We'd like to report that at our last council meeting, temporary resolution T-107-2020, authorizing the mayor to file an application for financial assistance with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources for public recreation purposes for the new playground at South Central Park was approved unanimously by council. You'll recall that at our last meeting, we discussed it, and we recommended approval, and I made that known to the council members prior to that time.
Yes, it's roll call. Okay, very good, thank you. For the school board liaison report, we'll go to Joanne.
The schools have entered into a sponsorship service agreement now with EMH Regional Medical Center, University Hospital, Elyria Medical Center. So we are partnering with them, and they will have naming rights to the stadium, and we're very excited about this partnership. Everything else is going as is with COVID. Those are questions. I don't know the answer to that on my head. I'm so sorry. I was trying to find the agreement in my notes, I couldn't find it. So a few years.
You look like the other guy forget.
Like, yeah. Yeah, I just said this. Just like, oh my God.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I can find out for you. I'm not gonna find
Oh,
out.
it's okay.
Okay. Thank you. For the financial report, we'll go to Kevin.
Thank you, Jessica. Detailed financial statements were enclosed in your commission packet for the month. In September of 2020, the Parks and Recreation Trust Fund 275 brought in $15,457.25. There's a negative decrease for fiscal year 2019 of $730.79, about a 5% drop. Through September, that fund has brought in $122,710.61. Again, that is a negative decrease of $92,063.62 from fiscal year 19. Again, we are about 43% down from 2019 figures. Our unencumbered balance at the end of September was $262,522.74. The Park and Rec Improvement Fund, Department 280, September brought in $8,000. That was a positive increase from 2019 of $2,198.84. So a 38% increase over fiscal year 19. Through September, our total in that fund was $140,601.94. Again, a positive increase from 2019 of $84,479.50. The percentage increase on that is 151%. Our unencumbered balance in September of 2020 was $231,505.24. Our general fund expenses, which is Department 185, the month of September was $39,499.47. Year to date, we have spent $527,664.72. The trust fund expenses, Department 275. In September, we've only expended $2,016.54. In 2020 through September, we've expended $79,018.92. Any questions?
Very good. Then moving on to the director's report.
Thank you, Jessica. Couple things I just want to highlight real quick. So I met with our groundskeeping staff, Mark, to discuss our town center trail in South Central Park and also the North Ridgeville Heart Trail. over at Shady Drive Complex. So over the winter, our grounds department will be plowing and salting those trails for the winter. The biggest reason is obviously we want to give an outlet to our community during these times to obviously exercise their minds and exercise their legs. Obviously mental health is tied to physical health, so if the city and the Department of Parks and Recreation can help in that during these times, we plan on doing that for the winter. Obviously, there is a caveat to that. Obviously, if it's a snowstorm, our guys' first priority will be, our parking lots, our sidewalks, things that get us in and out of, City Hall, for our facilities. But then the concentration will be the trails to make sure they are clean and ready to go for our fall. So, I know Lorraine County Public Health is trying to reach out to all communities that have trails to see if they will follow the same initiative to allow for them to keep their trails open and safe throughout the winter. Because obviously, as you know, the days get shorter, the nights get longer, so if we can give an outlet to our community to get out there and walk safely during the day, during the weekend, during the night, that we will be helping with that. So I'm happy we're going to be doing that. Recreation, we're going to be having a recreation supervisor vacancy. Brandon will be leaving us Friday, November 13th. Excited to announce he received a new position with the Milwaukee School District in Wisconsin. So we're sad to see him go, but I'm extremely happy for him. He deserves it. Everybody at Park deserves it to get more money. So, as I told him, I feel like we're the AAA rec supervisors, train in and move on. So, we're sad to see him go. So we conducted interviews, first round interviews this week. We had 127 applicants in a week. We did narrow that down to 6 applicants, 1 internal, 5 external. We will bring in the top 3 beginning next week, with the intention of extending an offer to the top candidate by the end of next week. Barring the individual's background check and drug screen, and obviously 2 weeks notice for their current employer, we would probably anticipate them potentially starting toward the end of November. So, like I said, it's bittersweet. We don't want to see him go, but he's further his career, stretching things. So we're very happy for him. So he's going to be missed, and he's going to stay. But we'll get through it. So, but I'm extremely happy. That is.
Very good, thank you, Kevin. Permanent supervisor report is coming from the
All right, so the first thing we got coming up, the 7th annual Cleveland Scotch Dash on Saturday, November 7th. Time 8:45 a.m. for the 1 mile and 9 a.m. for the 5K. Of course, that's South Central Park. The current enrollment, 162 for the 5K and 73 for the 1 mile. Kevin, do you know if that's one up?
No, both races are.
Okay, so yeah, both races are capped. Each runner and walker who registers for the 5K and the 1 mile will get a hooded sweatshirt. We've had 11 sponsors this year who raised over $3,000 to help with the Snap Stash. The race is going to be a lot different this year, but we're just excited, and I'm kind of excited to offer the for our next program, the Holiday Food and Toy Drive. That's going to run November 2nd through December 4th. Of course, non-perishable food items and new toys in the original packaging are needed to help benefit community care for the holidays. Drop-off boxes will be located at City Hall, Parks and Recreation, and also the Senior Center. And then we also have the Santa's Calling coming up. That is free for residents only, and that's ages 3 to 6 years old. They're going to be making phone calls on December 16th and December 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. And the North Bridgeville Lions Club will be helping out Mr. and Mrs. Claus making calls to the children. So we're excited about doing that. It's a program that's kind of already virtual, so it's good that we can continue to do that. The next program we have is the 10th annual Blacklight Zumba class. That's for ages 15 and up. Registration fees are $4 for residents, $5 for non-residents, and that's going to be on Tuesday, October 29th at the Shady Drive batting cages from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And that is a pre-registered class, which is full right now with 14 people. We had a understanding food labels class with Dr. Carolyn Smiler, who has been an instructor with us for about a year now, offering various types of classes. We've had several classes run since we picked back up in July and August. Those classes are $35 for residents and non-residents alike. And we did have we had 3 people enrolled for that class. And like I said, it's over at the community cabin, so we space out social distance, things like that. And we got the Christmas tree lighting ceremony coming up on December 5th over at the South Central Park gazebo. All ages are welcome. May look a little bit different this year, of course, with social distance, things like that. We're just going to try to do that. This will be Mayor Corcoran's first one as mayor, so we're looking forward to that. And we have all levels yoga, and that's going to be Thursdays. It's currently ongoing October 1st to November 5th, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. And that current enrollment is full with 6 people. Each session is 6 weeks long. We also have a youth karate class, which is, I think, just ended on October 24th, so just last week. That was running Saturdays from 10 to 11 out at Shady. The current enrollment of 4. And each session is 4 weeks long with that one as well. Moving on to the Heart and Soul Sweet Treat Cooking class, which took place on Wednesday, October 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. That was also at the batting cages, and we've been trying to utilize that space because it's obviously a lot bigger than Safety Bill and Cabin. So we've tried to utilize that for these types of programs. We did have 6 people, 6 kids registered for that. It was full. They carved a pumpkin and they made healthy guacamole. So that was kind of a newer type of thing. So that was exciting as well. And then a couple more programs. Mama Boot Camp, which is currently running from October 13th to November 17th. That's 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And that is classes full as well. So those classes are coming up even with the smaller registrations. We have 6 people for that one. And then the last thing that I have is Stroller Strong, which is currently ongoing Wednesday nights until November 4th, from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. And that has a current enrollment of 5, which I believe is exactly them 6. So again, most of our classes are filling up, even though some of our numbers are really small. And that's all I have for you guys. Do you have any questions?
As far as the Santa Claus, we had our meeting last night. Sets, we have 2 sets of families. This is for information.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And I have a question. You mentioned healthy guacamole. I didn't know there was one.
I didn't either.
I'm sure you can make it 100.
What was healthy?
Okay, thank you, Brendan. For our grounds maintenance report, we'll go to Mark Allen.
Hello, I'm a whole lot, fall, start doing our fall cleanup with. We're gonna start next week, shutting down. Yeah, we're gonna see some of the parts getting water going out. We got these cabins back here, we're finished. Going around slowly, switching everything over to touchless. Because of the touchless toilets, we cover the million, touchless toilet flush room. It's awesome. We'll have to hook it up and back up. Wait your hand over the toilet. So we're installing those. Touchless faucets in.
For old business? Okay. Okay, so we'll move on to new business. Frontier Park.
Yeah, so, Frontier Park, so I was approached by SSD Armbruster, yesterday, and regarding, Northridge Racket Club, about a developer who wants to purchase roughly 314 feet long by 130 feet wide, which is in the Lorraine County Auditor imaging, located directly behind the racket. So the individual would like to purchase that land to be able to expand the racket club for, future development. Obviously, we don't have to vote on this measure tonight because it just obviously came to the forefront yesterday. Obviously, it's my understanding that they want to be able to expand to the back of that, potentially have pickleball courts to add, potentially add a bigger building. But again, we own the parkland, so board approval would be needed. And then it would have to go to city council from that standpoint. Again, I am generally not, it's not mine to sell parkland because we don't have much of it. But again, that is my 2 cents in regards to that. But again, it's ultimately the park board's decision, with the information provided, whether or not you guys would want to move forward with this, to sell that broken parcel. Now, within our master plan, there is development for back there, but again, it also sits in a floodplain. So, there's a lot of things we have to keep in mind, and I want to be able to give you guys the proper information to say, okay, do we really need this little section? Is it really important? Or, or should we be like, well, it's our park, we should just keep on to it and hold on to it? Obviously that is the decision that will ultimately have to be your guys' decision. It's going to be the best suited for us. Obviously, we want to turn that park into more of a parking lot, and have it more accessible to the community, following our master plan, following what we need to do by adding, playgrounds, courts, pickleball courts, basketball courts, and stuff like that back there. So, that is what's in our master plan. So I just wanted to provide you guys with this information. Obviously, I don't think it's prudent for us to vote on this tonight. But if you guys feel like there should be a vote on it to say yay or nay, that's completely up to you. But I think we should table this for this evening and personally come back and vote on it at the December. But that's my opinion.
This came up several years ago, where wanted to acquire this property. I can't recall, it's been several years, whether we actually had a vote on it, just went away. We decided to get one. I'm of the opinion, as Kevin suggested, it's difficult to get it done. If you look at the demographics for huge, 34,000 people, $20 per month, we don't have this money as we should have. If you look at the overall parkland that the county provides, Sandy Bridge, and you compare it to, again, demographics and population of the county, there's those that will tell you that we're short on that slip as well. My own preference would be to maintain that property per the master plan. I know that it's probably, right now, it's being used for overflow parking. I can tell you that, when football did play there, they used it. In fact, they were needed more than what they had there. I think there are opportunities to provide additional access to Frontier Park over the creek, perhaps from there. I like the idea if there's going to be pickleball courts or anything like that they're city owned, so that the residents can use it free versus having to a club that would charge. And I have nothing against the racket club. I've done their 5K and In fact, they actually run through Frontier Park, part of the back to do it, and they seem to run a good operation. I know many people who frequent them and enjoy it. They have a nice facility, but, and I don't think we have to vote this evening. I think that December will be fine, but my 2 cents is that if at all possible, I'd like to keep.
Is the developer currently associated with the racket club, or is this a new person new to the?
It's my understanding it is a new individual. So, my understanding is they want to kind of break some of the pieces off of the current racket club. And obviously kind of make it a little bit smaller and, you know, do a little bit more with it. Because from my understanding in its current state, it's not financially possible to keep going. But they would like that property behind it to be able to add, you know, private pickleball courts or potentially expand the facility and parking. They're also, my understanding, they want to be able to add an ingress and egress on the north side by that residential home right there. So again, that's the information that I know at this point in time. But again, it's in, you know, without that portion of land, I don't think he can do what he truly wants to be able to do. Does anybody have questions?
I've been part of this part board for about 20 years. We've always been trying to acquire more. It's just I've been a part of city council for 17 years, and we've done our best to try to acquire additional parkland or land that could potentially be used for parks over all those years and previous to that. One of the development zoning planned community developments, which now no longer can be used, at least right now. But they were to require a certain percentage of the overall acreage of the development to be used as parkland, open space. And the open space we ended up getting was nowhere near what we had anticipated it would be. And so, again, each development, they're needed. They serve a good purpose. Right now, try to identify a piece of property in North Beautiful the city could afford to pay for to expand their parcels. I don't know. So I hate to give it up. Once you give it up, you can't give it up. Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
10 years.
Yes.
You're done.
Madam President, I have two things. Did you have something?
No, 10 years for the agreement. The medical center.
Oh.
I do.
Yes, thank you. Two things. One, to Brandon, good luck to you. I wish you all the best. Just remember, Milwaukee's very much like Cleveland. The old Milwaukee baseball park where they film major leagues. So, again, you've done a great job. It was great to see you grow in your position, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Kevin, wouldn't be a October meeting if you weren't going to clue us in on what you're going to be wearing Friday as your costume.
I'm just going as my inflatable R2 guy again. And I'm trying to get it off this year. So we were in that with the mask on. I'll get something really good next year.
Okay.
Something really good.
I was talking to April today, and she was,
No,
he's come up with some good stuff over the years. You really have.
I aim for fun.
candles, just the blow up candles.
I know, that's funny.
It's hysterical. And I can't get my sister to wear, I have both of them still.
I mean,
I cannot get my sister to wear them. I can't walk in it. Neither?
Yeah, forward.
Okay.
So we will table Frontier Park. And then board will vote on it. Is that okay? Like I said, so you guys ask, you can call me, ask questions, those types of things, but I really don't feel like it's necessary. I think it would be prudent of us if we took the meetings to be able to think about it and then make that decision. Plus Doug's not here, from that standpoint, so.
I just have one concern with that, and granted, I'm new to the scenario, so forgive me, but if the developer doesn't like our response and walks, are we then, as a city, losing out on potential development, potential business? Is it a center that if it were shinied up would draw additional, the only thing I'm concerned about is maybe like the monetary business that we would be losing as a result of us saying no.
Well, Madam President, there's a lot of land to be developed in North Ridgeville, that is, there. Again, I don't have any rule against the development or whatever. If the demographics show it, and, I'm in a business with people that work for me and myself, we finance businesses, that's what we do. And if the numbers work, they'll find a place to do that. But again, that's just my thought. I don't know that the addition of this land would increase the tax base or the number of new employees to be brought in because of it. That would be extraordinary. I could be wrong. I don't know enough about it. First I've heard it, I'm hearing it. But I mean, that's just, I could be wrong.
I also have a question. I mean, we use it as overflow parking, so it's kind of, when there's football, we have football there still?
No.
So do we have plans in place for this, I mean, it's like a little skinny strip behind a garage, behind another building.
Correct.
So I don't know how they would access it other than going through the racket and golf.
Yeah, so it was my understanding, so to the north, to the north, yeah,
They're not gonna put a road there.
that was the anticipated plan from, they wanted to put a road through there to be able to come in and park through there. But again, I don't know how that would look because it's right next to a residential home. I'm not planning commission,
Right.
I don't make those decisions.
And there's a pretty deep creek over there
Correct,
that, has a lot of flood water a lot of times.
correct.
Okay.
They would likely need to acquire that.
confused.
Correct.
They would likely need to acquire that house next to it, I would think. Because I don't think, I just drove by there just to re-familiarize myself. There's not much space there.
Correct.
And who knows, the current landowner may not like living next to a record home. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what I was told yesterday, is that their goal was to put an entry drive in on the north path, so they can pull in back there and be able to use that back part for a parking lot, possible expansion of the building, possible building of outdoor picnic. But again, it is a private club and it would be used for private use, not at all.
Really, that's a nice concept. City owned pickleball courts in that location of the city because we don't really have anything like that. One of the things that in our master plan for the parks and for the city as a whole is to, rather than have one big park like South Central, have regional parks around the city so that it's more convenient for people. And that's one of the things where the planned community development is supposed to come in because then you can have landowner materialized. To our credit, we've done that in Frontier Park, we've done that in the soccer complex, we've done that with Shady Drive. I mean, Shady Drive used to be a baseball field, now it's a park. And so, that's, I think we did a great job.
Okay.
Okay, we move to adjourn the meeting.
Sitting adjourned at 8:04 PM.